My beloved child, there is a reason you were guided to this moment. There is a reason these words are reaching you right now. Out of all the things you could be doing, out of all the places your attention could be, you are here. And what you are about to hear is connected to a feeling that has been growing quietly behind the scenes. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. At this very moment, someone feels a strong pull toward you. It is not something they can easily explain. It is not something they planned. In fact, the more they try to ignore it, the stronger it becomes. Day after day, thought after thought, your presence continues to appear in their mind. What makes this so surprising is that this connection did not arrive with noise. It arrived silently. It appeared during ordinary moments. A random memory. A familiar feeling. A sudden thought that seemed to come from nowhere. And every time they tried to move their attention somewhere else, something kept bringing them back to you. Don't skip. Because what happens next changes everything. This person has been noticing signs they cannot fully understand. They may be walking through their day, focused on responsibilities and routines, and suddenly your energy enters their thoughts. They pause. They wonder why. They question what is happening. At first, they dismissed it. They told themselves it was nothing. Just coincidence. Just a passing thought. But the pattern continued. Again. And again. And again. Now they can no longer ignore it. There is a growing awareness inside them. A feeling that something important is connected to you. Something huge is waiting for you. What they do not realize is that every unanswered question has been leading them closer to the truth. Every moment of curiosity has been building momentum. Every time your name entered their mind, every time they felt drawn to think about you, another piece of the puzzle moved into place. The strange part is that they are beginning to feel different. Their perspective is changing. Things that once seemed important no longer feel as important. Things they once ignored now have their attention. And somehow, your presence seems connected to that transformation. Stay till the end. Because this story is only beginning. There are moments when they feel completely certain about what they should do next. Then there are moments when uncertainty returns. But one thing remains consistent. The pull. The feeling. The connection. It continues. No matter how busy life becomes. No matter how many distractions appear. No matter how many times they tell themselves to focus elsewhere. Something keeps guiding their attention back. That is why recent days have felt different for them. There is a quiet realization taking shape. A realization that they may have underestimated what this connection truly means. And as this realization grows, something else is happening. They are beginning to see you differently. Not through assumptions. Not through old perceptions. But through a deeper understanding. The kind of understanding that changes how someone feels. The kind of understanding that cannot easily be reversed. Don't skip. Because something unexpected is approaching. There is a conversation taking place inside their mind that nobody else can hear. Questions. Reflections. Possibilities. Thoughts about what could happen. Thoughts about what should happen. Thoughts about what they have been feeling all along. And every time they reach one conclusion, another thought appears. Every answer creates another question. Every question leads back to you. Something huge is waiting for you. You may not see these changes happening. You may not hear these thoughts directly. But that does not mean they are not real. Sometimes the most important shifts happen quietly. Like the first moments before sunrise. Like the first drop of rain before a storm. Like the first step before a long journey. Everything begins small. Everything begins unseen. And right now, something is beginning. The energy around this situation is moving. The stillness is changing. The silence is becoming louder. And this person is starting to recognize that what they feel cannot remain hidden forever. Stay till the end. Because the next part is important. There is one detail that makes this story even more powerful. The pull they feel toward you is not based on logic alone. Logic can explain many things. But it cannot explain why someone suddenly thinks about another person at unexpected times. It cannot explain why a feeling continues to return. It cannot explain why certain thoughts refuse to disappear. That is what has captured their attention. The feeling itself. The persistence of it. The undeniable presence of it. And now they find themselves wondering what happens if they stop resisting it. What happens if they listen? What happens if they follow where it leads? Those questions are becoming stronger every day. Something huge is waiting for you. As this chapter continues to unfold, remember this. Not every important moment announces itself. Not every life-changing realization arrives with dramatic signs. Sometimes it begins with a feeling. A thought. A pull that refuses to disappear. And somewhere right now, someone is experiencing exactly that. They are feeling drawn. They are feeling curious. They are feeling something they cannot fully explain. And whether they realize it yet or not, that feeling is leading them toward an important discovery. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because the story is not over. In fact, the most surprising part has not even begun yet. There is something happening right now that this person never expected. While they were trying to move through life as usual, something kept interrupting their thoughts. Not a loud interruption. Not something obvious. It was subtle. Quiet. Persistent. And the more they tried to understand it, the more mysterious it became. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Recently, they experienced a moment that completely caught them off guard. It happened when they least expected it. For a brief second, everything around them seemed ordinary. Then suddenly, a thought of you appeared so strongly that they could not ignore it. What makes this moment important is that it did not disappear. Usually, random thoughts come and go. This one stayed. Hours later, it was still there. The next day, it returned again. And now they are beginning to realize that this is not something they can simply brush aside. Something is changing. Something is awakening. Something huge is waiting for you. The strange thing is that they are starting to notice connections where they never noticed them before. Memories are resurfacing. Feelings are becoming clearer. Questions they once ignored are now demanding answers. They keep wondering why your presence feels so significant. Why your energy keeps appearing in unexpected moments. Why every path of thought somehow leads back to you. Don't skip. Because what happens next is even more surprising. There are times when they sit quietly and try to focus on other things, but somehow their mind circles back. They begin replaying conversations. They begin remembering details. They begin noticing how different things feel whenever thoughts of you appear. That is when the realization starts. The realization that this pull is growing stronger, not weaker. And that realization changes everything. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The more they reflect, the more they understand that certain connections cannot be forced and cannot be forgotten. Some connections arrive unexpectedly and leave a mark that remains long after the moment has passed. This person is beginning to understand that truth. They are beginning to see that what they feel is not temporary. It is not fading. It is expanding. Every day brings a new layer of understanding. Every day reveals another piece of the story. And every piece points in the same direction. Toward you. Don't skip. Because there is another detail that makes this even more powerful. Recently, they have felt an unusual sense of anticipation. It is difficult for them to explain. They feel as though something important is approaching. They feel as though a chapter is preparing to unfold. They cannot see the entire picture yet. But they can feel movement. They can sense change. And deep inside, they know that this feeling is connected to you. Something huge is waiting for you. This is why their thoughts have become more focused. This is why their attention keeps returning. This is why the feeling refuses to disappear. They are reaching a point where ignoring it is no longer possible. A point where curiosity becomes stronger than doubt. A point where answers become more important than uncertainty. And when that moment fully arrives, everything begins to shift. Stay till the end. Because the story is moving towards something remarkable. The pull they feel today is stronger than it was yesterday. Tomorrow it may become stronger still. The questions are growing. The awareness is growing. The connection is growing. And somewhere inside, they are beginning to accept what they have been trying to understand for so long. That some people enter your thoughts for a reason. Some people remain in your heart for a reason. And some connections continue growing because they are meant to reveal something important. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next chapter reveals what happens when this person finally stops questioning the feeling and starts following where it leads. A remarkable shift is taking place behind the scenes, and this is the part of the story that changes everything. What started as a simple thought has now become something impossible for this person to ignore. The feeling has grown stronger. The questions have grown louder. And the answers they have been searching for are beginning to reveal themselves. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. For a long time, they believed they had everything figured out. They believed they understood what mattered most. They believed they knew where their attention should be focused. But then something unexpected happened. You entered their thoughts in a way they never anticipated. Not once. Not twice. Again and again. And every time it happened, the feeling became harder to dismiss. At first, they searched for logical explanations. Maybe it was coincidence. Maybe it was timing. Maybe it meant nothing at all. But the more they tried to explain it away, the stronger it became. That is when they realized something important. This was not fading. This was growing. Something huge is waiting for you. There have been moments recently when they stopped whatever they were doing and simply sat with their thoughts. During those quiet moments, a realization began to emerge. They have been changing. The way they think has changed. The way they see things has changed. The way they feel has changed. And somehow, every road seems to lead back to the same place. Back to you. Don't skip. Because the next revelation is something they never expected. They are beginning to understand that some connections leave a lasting impression for a reason. Some people remain in your thoughts because they carry a significance that cannot be measured by ordinary standards. The more they reflect on this, the more certain they become. There is a reason your presence continues to stand out. There is a reason your energy feels different. There is a reason they cannot simply move on and forget. Every day, this understanding becomes clearer. Every day, the pull becomes stronger. Every day, the mystery becomes more impossible to ignore. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What makes this even more surprising is that they never planned for any of this. They never expected their attention to be drawn in this direction. They never imagined that one person could continue occupying so much space in their thoughts. Yet here they are. Thinking. Wondering. Reflecting. Trying to understand why this connection feels so powerful. And while they search for answers, something else is happening. The emotional distance that once existed is beginning to disappear. The uncertainty is beginning to fade. The confusion is slowly being replaced by clarity. Don't skip. Because a powerful realization is approaching. There comes a moment in every story when someone stops running from a feeling and starts listening to it. A moment when resistance turns into acceptance. A moment when questions turn into understanding. This person is getting closer to that moment than ever before. They can feel it. They can sense it. And deep down, they know that something meaningful is unfolding. Something huge is waiting for you. Lately, they have noticed something unusual. Whenever they think they have reached a conclusion, another thought appears. Whenever they think they have moved forward, another memory returns. Whenever they think the feeling will disappear, it grows stronger. That pattern has become impossible to ignore. And now they are beginning to wonder if this pull is leading them towards something important. Something worth paying attention to. Something worth understanding. Stay till the end. Because this next part matters. The truth is that some moments arrive quietly before they change everything. They do not announce themselves. They do not arrive with certainty. They begin with awareness. And awareness is exactly what is growing inside this person right now. They are becoming more aware of what they feel. More aware of what matters. More aware of the connection that continues drawing their attention. The more aware they become, the less they can pretend it is not there. The less they can ignore it. The less they can walk away from it. Something huge is waiting for you. And as this awareness continues to grow, they are approaching a decision. Not a decision made from pressure. Not a decision made from impulse. A decision made from understanding. A decision made after reflection. A decision made because the truth has become impossible to overlook. That truth is simple. Some connections are meant to be noticed. Some feelings are meant to be understood. And some people leave an impact that continues growing with time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next chapter reveals what happens when this person finally accepts what their heart has been trying to show them all along. An unexpected realization is beginning to take shape, and this may be the most important moment in the entire story so far. What was once a quiet feeling hidden beneath the surface is now becoming impossible for this person to overlook. The pull they feel toward you has reached a point where silence is no longer providing answers. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. For days, perhaps even longer than they realize, they have been carrying a feeling they could not fully explain. Every attempt to push it aside only caused it to return stronger. Every effort to distract themselves only led them back to the same thought. You. The connection. The feeling that something important is happening. And now, for the first time, they are beginning to trust what they have been sensing all along. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a difference between a passing thought and a lasting impression. A passing thought disappears. A lasting impression remains. It returns when least expected. It appears in quiet moments. It follows a person through ordinary days and transforms them into something memorable. That is exactly what has been happening. Your presence has become a lasting impression. A thought that refuses to fade. A feeling that refuses to disappear. And the more they recognize this truth, the more their perspective changes. Don't skip. Because the next revelation is powerful. Recently, they have noticed that certain memories feel different than they used to. Details that once seemed ordinary now feel meaningful. Moments they barely noticed before now stand out with surprising clarity. Why? Because awareness changes everything. Once someone becomes aware of a connection, they begin seeing evidence of it everywhere. And that is exactly where this person finds themselves now. Every reflection leads to another realization. Every realization leads to another question. And every question points back toward you. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The remarkable part is that this shift is happening naturally. No one forced it. No one planned it. No one could have predicted it. It developed on its own. Quietly. steadily, powerfully, like a story unfolding one page at a time. And now this story is approaching a chapter they never expected to reach. A chapter where feelings become clearer. A chapter where uncertainty becomes smaller. A chapter where understanding begins to replace confusion. Don't skip. Because something extraordinary is unfolding. There are moments when they feel completely certain that this connection means something important. Then there are moments when they question everything. Yet no matter how many questions appear, one thing remains unchanged. The pull. The feeling. The awareness. It continues growing. It continues returning. It continues demanding attention. That persistence is what has surprised them most. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth is that some connections become stronger with time because they are teaching something valuable. They reveal priorities. They reveal emotions. They reveal truths that might otherwise remain hidden. This person is beginning to learn those truths now. And with every lesson comes greater clarity. With every realization comes greater understanding. With every passing day, the picture becomes easier to see. Stay till the end. Because the next piece of this story changes everything. Imagine carrying a question for a long time without knowing the answer. Imagine feeling that answer getting closer and closer with every passing day. That is exactly what this person is experiencing. They know something is changing. They know something is becoming clearer. They know they are moving toward an important realization. What they do not know yet is how powerful that realization will be once it fully arrives. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The energy surrounding this connection feels different now. It no longer feels like a mystery hidden in the distance. It feels closer. Stronger. More real. That is why their attention keeps returning. That is why their curiosity keeps growing. That is why they find themselves wondering what comes next. And what comes next may be the very thing they have been searching for all along. Stay till the end. Because this story is approaching a turning point. A turning point where doubts become weaker. A turning point where confidence becomes stronger. A turning point where the meaning behind these feelings finally begins to reveal itself. The signs have been building. The awareness has been growing. The connection has been strengthening. And now everything is moving toward a moment that feels impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because in the next chapter, this person reaches a realization so powerful that it changes the way they see this entire connection forever.